In other news, Uganda Tourism Board added 3 tourist sites found in Mukono as a way of boosting the country's economy through tourism. According to Eric Intalo from Uganda Tourism Board, most of the tour companies have been taking tourists to game parks, leaving out other historical sites which can be of great interest to tourists.
So many other cars. This is one that we still have. I think you've seen the others. We had so many other cars. It was one of the trucks with an engine. It has a clutch system. The clutch system is there. It's Mukasa used to use this for his expenditures. The way some of us wake up in the morning and many of us don't have accountability for expenditures or income, but he's a gentleman who used to know how much he has spent for the day.
He has captured the attention of the nation as a vocal anti-corruption crusader and an eloquent debater in Parliament. But just what does he know about love? In the spirit of Valentine's Day, Joseph Sabiti talked to Western Region Youth MP Gerard Karahanga about romance, love, and celebrating Valentine's Day.
Though a first-timer in Parliament, he made his name as a young man who dared the mighty, especially when he successfully rallied Parliament to pass a resolution for the then powerful Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi, Foreign Affairs Minister Sam Kutesa, and then Energy Minister Engineer Hilary Onek to step aside to allow investigations into allegations of bribery in the oil sector. With Valentine's Day around the corner, many wonder whether the vocal MP is as vocal when it comes to matters of the heart. Many call it love.
That a miracle.
You know, most times you're seen on camera on issues of corruption, on legislation. And people ask, is Honorable Karahanga even romantic at all? Does he have a romantic side?
I honestly want to believe that I am like any other human being with the 5 senses and certainly me too, I also have feelings. So as to whether I'm romantic or not, that's for some people. That's not for me to decide. Honestly, that's not for me to decide. But I think we are all human beings. We all love to be loved, and love is important, and it's very, very important because on a serious note, I believe if in this country we loved each other, would have lots and lots of progress, because we wouldn't even have corruption, because we would care about what happens to others.
So what is the vocal MP's idea of romance? What would he do that passes as romantic in his eyes?
Romance. What would be the Gerard Karahanga idea of romance?
What would I define as romance? I think it's the expression. For me, it would be an expression of love to this other person, this partner, and maybe you go and a little extra mile to do what you've not done before, or do what you've always done, but in an extraordinary way. And things like if you've probably never prepared a meal for your partner, you could do it that day. If you could. You could go out and either, if you have never gone, maybe swimming or going for a bash, or give her a treat, or she gives him a treat that has not happened before.
With the love frenzy all over the place, I put the question of what the MP will be up to come 14th of February, the Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day honestly has been a day that somehow passes without so much participation, or it has been largely like any other day in my life. But this year, I want to do something different. I want to go. I understand that there are many young people who are going to be doing, they are celebrating sports in a rather different way. I mean, celebrating Valentine's in a rather different way by engaging in sports activities. They will be doing lots of running and playing all sorts of games in different institutions. So I'm going to participate in those activities where we'll be doing all sorts of sports and physical activities. One, in a way, is to use it as an opportunity to promote sports and also keep healthy and fit.
Stories are always out there, sweet and bitter. As people share their most outstanding Valentine's memories, we ask the youthful Karuhanga what he holds as the most memorable Valentine.
By those of the many people out there who are coupled, who are couples, they could enjoy. I think for me, Valentine's is largely an activity of the two individuals. If you choose to go out there and have dinner, or go home and the man cooks for his wife and stuff like that, I think it's exciting.
With the clock ticking to the day, loved and hated in equal measures, the MP looks forward to participating in a youth sports gala. What is your idea of a great Valentine? Sabit Joseph, WS Television.
To business now. The D-Day was Saturday, the 14th of February, while the streets were painted all sorts of colors that depict love on Valentine's Day. The major question to be asked, however, was whether most Ugandans know the exact meaning and significance of the day, or rather, it's just a trend as quite so many other things.
As Valentine's Day draws closer, the town appears to be busy with various people purchasing gifts for their loved ones, ranging from flower bouquets, perfumes, cards, and many more. As the saying goes, the earlier the better. Some are purchasing now in forecast of increased prices as time goes by.
Right now, as we talk, business is at a peak season because there are many people who are coming to buy things for Valentine.
In Valentine, flowers, people tend to be like, it's a boom for flower makers or us who arranges flowers. So in other times, it normally happens in the seasons, like that of November and December. That's when we normally have weddings and introductions.
Love to many on this day is expressed in various ways, depending on the capacity and feel of the person. To many, they have now adopted what rather seems a perishable gift, but with lots of meaning and full of life, flowers. Kaziwe Costa, a florist with Hava, explains that this has been adopted due to its significance.
Apparently, we shouldn't say Western, because now people, since you are in the times of .com, you understand the stuff. So Ugandans have adopted it. It depends on someone, but flowers, there is a way they show affection to someone. They no longer go for artificial ones, they prefer natural. They have that feeling that if you give me a natural flower, it's more than giving me an artificial one. Artificial one depicts someone that it's as if it's dry, like, or it stayed with them, some sort like that.
Although to some ladies, it's gifts that appeal to the outside that matter, like clothes, shoes, and colognes. Undergarments have in the recent past been added to the list, as this depicts in-depth affection from the giver, but also a very important aspect of dress code, as Babiria Letitia of Bra World explains.
Every woman should endeavor to have very good garments, underwears, that's, I think, because anytime as you're walking on your way, you never know what might happen. They can undress you at any given time when you're sick. You can't really know. You can be walking and you fall down. People don't really have time apart from saving yourself as a person. They make sure that all they want is life. So they can easily cut the clothes, only to check on the body you're okay, but inside when you're not.
Some businesses, in order to attract more customers, have taken a step higher of reducing their prices as well as having various promotions.
We are trying to make a discount for our clients to make sure that everybody can manage to purchase, such that you can easily give your beloved one any gift that you can manage.
But just as the D-Day comes closer, what is that you are planning to do for that special love? Mildred Tuhaise, WBS TV, Kampala.
Economists raised concerns that if unregulated, the mobile money platform could be used to launder money, given the lack of monitoring of cash flows and customer activities. Bank of Uganda Governor Professor Emmanuel Mutebire was also concerned that given the velocity of circulation, mobile money is likely to create inflation and also undermine the control of interest rates. This as he called for more research on mobile money and its implications on Uganda's economic growth and stability.
Just under 6 years since its establishment in Uganda, the penetration of mobile money payment has grown so fast, with the number of registered mobile account holders standing at 17.6 million. Mobile money can now be used to pay for school fees, utility payments like water, electricity, taxes, salary, merchant payments, international remittances, insurance, and airtime purchase. The trend in mobile payment in terms of registered use has surpassed the number of people holding accounts in the financial institutions that are supervised by Bank of Uganda, which includes commercial banks, credit institutions, and microfinance depositing-taking institutions. Economists are now concerned that the platform could be used for money laundering given the lack of monitoring of cash flows. Bank of Uganda Governor Professor Emmanuel Mutebire is concerned about the inability to control interest rates because of mobile money.
This is because central banks control short-term interest rates by varying, changing the liquidity available in the commercial banks to meet their reserve requirements. But if mobile money eventually leads to a diminution in the role which commercial banks play in the financial system, the interest rate transmission mechanism, which relies on movements in short-term interbank rates being transmitted along the yield curve to all other interest rates in the economy, will be weakened, which in turn will weaken the transmission mechanism of monetary policy.
The Bank of Uganda governor now says there might be need to revise Uganda's monetary policy, which is bound to be undermined by the growth of mobile money.
Such transformation in the way in which financial services are delivered matter profoundly for public policy, not least because traditional banks play a central role in the way in which monetary policy is implemented by central banks under the focus of financial regulation.
These velocity and money multiplier become relatively unpredictable. The question has been, is this the problem of mobile money? If it is mobile money, it automatically means that it renders our monetary policy framework obsolete. So we have to look for a new monetary policy framework.
The economists are worried that mobile money will further undermine Uganda's saving ability given its easy accessibility.
So it becomes higher consumption and therefore less savings. Now I have to look for alternative job, obviously, to break even. So that is really where mobile money becomes a big question mark.
Mutebire warns that should mobile money overtake the traditional banking system, the economy will be greatly undermined.
Reasons. Commercial banks are much more important to the stability of the financial system and the delivery of essential financial services to the economy than any other type of financial institution.
Mobile money transfer services entered the Ugandan non-bank financial market in March 2009, and currently there are 6 providers including MTN, Airtel, Uganda Telecom, Orange, Mcash and Easy Money. As at the end of June 2014, the combined total number of account holders in these 3 types of financial institutions, supervised by the Bank of Uganda, stood at 5,587,251 out of an estimated population of 35 million people. Anita Mwangazi, WBS News in Kampala.
To the sporting world, Uganda Revenue Authority Football Club tamed El Gecko Plus of Madagascar in a hard-to-win game played at Mandela National Stadium after going 1 man down. The tax collectors came from down to win 3-2, courtesy of strikers Robert Sentongo, who netted 2 goals, and second-half substitute Frank Kalanda, who sealed their win 79-minute score.
The tax collectors would have lived to blame themselves for losing 3 points at Nambola the first leg against El Gecko Plus of Madagascar, as their defenders decisively made dangerous tackles in the 18-yard. This cost them a man down 3 minutes in the second half, as the referee decided to send off one of their defenders.
I didn't know the team, so I wanted to read the game. I wanted to read how they play in the first half, so that I changed the tactics in the second half. But we weren't lucky. The first 3 minutes we got a red card, so I think that's why the game went that way. But I'm very sure we shall go back and train.
According to URA coach Alex Xavier, he had to study his opponent before changing the formation of play. Playing 1 man down put URA to panic, save for the 2 substitutes Mohamed Feni and Frank Kalanda, who changed the game on field. That striker Robert Sentongo converted in the first goal in the 65th minute.
We got our first red card when we were still 8-10 on the pitch, and we got the other one when we were less. So I think it's because we have been small in numbers. So we've tried to work. They've been working hard. I think maybe they were tired. They lost concentration.
Man of the match Robert Sentongo scored the second goal in the 75th minute, after another penalty being awarded to El Gecko Plus for yet another foul committed by URA in the penalty area. Second half substitute Frank Kalanda put URA ahead after scoring the 3rd goal, 15 minutes to the end of the game.
During the match, we attack all the time, so that the URA team kept us to the counter-attack. What does it mean? So at next match, we will attack the best defenses. We will attack all the time.
For the Gecko players, they stand to be blamed for throwing away their win, as they decided to play a slow game for the whole of the second half. Frank Serugo, WSTV Namboli.
Finally, Sports Club Victoria University beat Ngora FC in their build-up game as they prepared for the second round of the Uganda Premier League, set to kick off on the 17th of February 2015. However, their game prematurely ended as Ngora Rowdy fans stormed the field, saying the referee was sided while officiating.
upon all my fellow countrymen and fans around, just like the people of Ngora have done. If you don't come out to cheer these footballers, then you're killing the talent while it's still raw. And I'd like to call upon more and more people to come out and support football and come out and support Victoria.
Started up a project of identifying young talent within Kampala and other neighboring districts. But this is a sign to show that let them come to districts.
Some they just come where they train, where they school from, just come to play. But if players are given time to be in the same camp, I know they have a good team.
Well, that sums up this week in Focus. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Anita Mwanguzi, and the entire team wishes you a great week ahead.